This is how I would start video editing if I had to start from level 1 with no clients, zero experience, and without a portfolio. If you don't know me, I'm Haddad. I generated millions of views for my clients, scaled to over $1,500 per project, and helped multiple video editors turn their passion into a full-time business, allowing them to work from anywhere at any time and with premium customers like the business partner of Robert Kiyosaki. But before that, I was stuck on Fiverr charging $20 per project and editing on an old gaming laptop. Through that entire journey, I discovered something extremely important. Succeeding as a video editor is just like winning in a video game, and most editors stay stuck, lose the game, and eventually quit because they take the wrong path. So I simplified the entire roadmap into 3 simple steps that I would follow if I start from zero today and I'd like to learn the software, get my first client, and scale past $3,000 per month fast. Now pay attention to this because the first step is the most important one to get right, because believe me or not, most advanced editors still get this wrong. They watch endless tutorials, master 3 different editing softwares, and learn the trending styles, thinking that one day they will be good enough. But that day never comes and they stay stuck, making under $1,000 per month, working with nightmare customers, and blaming the editing space for being too oversaturated. And honestly, I can't blame them because I've been in the same spot. I used to believe that if I learn more effects and improve my knowledge in the editing softwares, that would automatically make me a better editor, and then clients will see that and logically they will be attracted to me, right? Well, here is the truth that I couldn't see. Learning and monetizing a skill like video editing is a lot like playing Minecraft for the first time. If you select the creative mode, you can watch countless of tutorials on how to build castles, create an entire empire, and one-shot monsters. But you'll never feel ready for the survival mode until you spend at least one night running away from creepers, zombies, and skeletons. It's the same with learning video editing and working with real people. It doesn't matter how many tutorials you watch, effects you learn, and tools you master in the software. You'll never feel ready to work with clients until you actually work with clients. That's why the first step I would take would be learning enough to start and get my first customer. And now you'd probably ask me, but Haddad, how much is enough to start? Let me break it down for you. I pick one software like Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, or CapCut, and I'd focus on learning the basics. I'd learn how to make clean cuts, basic transitions, some zooms and keyframe animations, and after that I would focus on my sound design and music. And if you pick Premiere Pro, which is the software that I use, I have some good news for you. I made an entire Premiere Pro course taking you from beginner to advanced in the software, and you can watch it for completely free if you click on this video right here, or if you join my free editing community called the Editing Dojo. You can click on the link below for that, but make sure to finish this video first to get a clear understanding of the entire roadmap. Let's get back to our main point. I wouldn't focus on learning the software for more than 2 weeks, maximum, because even now, if I'm being generous, I probably know about 50% of Premiere Pro, same for my students, and that was still enough to generate millions of views and make tens of thousands of dollars for ourselves, but also for our customers. The reason we've been able to do that is because we figured out one key piece that most freelance video editors completely ignore. And to make this really clear, let's get back to our Minecraft example. If you've ever played Minecraft on the survival mode, you know exactly what happens in the first night. You spawn, you start walking around, you punch a tree, and you explore a little bit too much. And suddenly it's night. Monsters are spamming everywhere. Creepers, skeletons, and zombies. You panic and you start running. You hide in holes, you climb trees, you even try fighting back, but no matter what you do, you keep dying. At that point, you'd probably get frustrated, so you'd open YouTube and search for how to survive the first night in Minecraft. What do you expect to learn from a video like that? Well, obviously how to survive the first night in Minecraft. Now imagine that you click on one of these videos and instead of clearly explaining you and showing you real examples on how to survive the first night, the screen is full of flashy transitions, constant zooms, subtitles flying everywhere, and random sound effects every 5 seconds. Even if the editing of the video is technically good for improving retention, you'd probably click off because you are not watching it to admire the editing, you are watching it to learn how to survive the first night. And the moment you click away, the performance of that video is dead. This is exactly what I did when I first started working with clients, and it's the same thing that most stock editors still do to this day. They throw in transitions, effects, and animations everywhere. Not to help with the performance of the video, but to prove that they are good enough, to prove that they are worthy. And in the process, they forget the actual purpose of editing, and I know it's easy to get lost in the software and compare yourself with insanely talented editors out there, thinking that you need to prove something. But here is the truth that most video editors never hear. Editing isn't about your effects, your ego, or even your client. It's about only one thing, the only thing that matters, the viewer. Video editing should be used to make the viewer understand the message or the story as clearly and effortlessly as possible. Realizing that changed the entire game for me. And it's also what allowed my students to get clients fast. Because it's not about throwing effects, transitions, or animations anymore. It's about understanding storytelling, human psychology, and seeing the video from the viewer's perspective. And even if this sounds complicated at first, don't worry about it. It's actually pretty simple once you stop overthinking it. But to actually get this right, you need to understand your customer and their audience. For example, if I'm editing a video for a business owner who targets CEOs in his 30s, it wouldn't make sense to throw in a bunch of effects and make the video fast-paced in the Mr. Beast style, just because the audience wouldn't respond to it. They will find it distracting, hard to follow, and the video would underperform. But if I'm editing an entertainment video for a streamer who targets kids, the same fast-paced Mr. Beast type of editing style would actually help the video perform better. And even if you're at the beginning, you need to realize that results is what the customers actually care about. Once you understand that editing is about the viewer, not about you, the effects, or the software, that's when you are ready to deliver results, even before feeling ready for it. Because as an editor, there will always be something that you can improve. But most of the time, that extra 10% won't move the needle forward. It doesn't help the viewer, it doesn't help the video, and it doesn't help the client. It just feeds your perfectionism and makes the job harder. So once I learned the basics of the software and stop sabotaging the viewer experience, the next step I would take would be getting my first client fast. Getting my first client proved something extremely important to me, that this actually works. Even though it was a $5 job, this was the first money that I made with video editing, and that experience completely changed the entire direction of my life. And if you've already experienced this, you probably know what I'm talking about. Getting the first client is the most important experience in your entire editing journey, because it proves to you that it's possible to make money with a skill that you've learned online. And if you've already landed some clients but would like to get higher paying ones, then stick to this video until then, because I'm going to show you how this path naturally leads into attracting higher paying customers. Now let's get back to it for a second. If I want to get my first customer after learning the software, this is exactly what I would do. First, I joined some YouTube or editing communities like my free editing community, the Editing Dojo, and I start applying for hiring posts. Then I start reaching out through emails or through DMs. But I wouldn't send lazy outreach messages like, hey bro, do you need a video editor? Instead, I would lead with value. I'd give a short re-edit of one of their intros, a free trial, or even give them a discount on the first video we make together. I stay away from Fiverr and Upwork, but I would give discounted work. And no, this is not about working for free or at low rates forever. This is about getting proof, building confidence, and getting that first key piece in your editing journey, which is that first client testimonial. And if you get ghosted, don't overthink this, because it happens to everyone. Even my best performing students still get ignored sometimes. But the main difference between them and editors who lose the editing game is that they keep going until someone says yes. One thing that you need to understand as a video editor is that you don't need to know everything before you start working with clients. You need to learn while working with clients. And if you don't know how to create a certain style or a certain effect, don't worry about that. There is always a YouTube tutorial waiting there for you. So don't be afraid to take jobs you don't fully feel ready for. In my case, for example, one of the customers I landed required After Effects. But when I started working with him, I had no idea about the software and I was really scared of learning it for a long period of time. Can you guess what I did? I said yes anyway, I took the job and I learned After Effects while creating the first video for that customer. And that video ended up performing really well. The next video after that went viral. And the next one as well. That single decision helped me grow way faster than any tutorial or course could ever do. That's why I always say, take the opportunity and learn as you go. Now, when you're doing all of this, you also need to start building your portfolio. And I'll be straight with you. If you are still sending a Google Drive link as your portfolio to your potential customers, you are ruining your perceived value. That's because it makes you look unprofessional. And if you need help with creating a portfolio that actually converts and increases the perceived value in the eyes of the customers, I have some good news for you. I made a complete A to Z guide on how to create a portfolio that actually converts customers and is made based on the same strategy that my students use to land retainers for more than $5,000 per month. You can watch that entire video and get a plug and play customizable template for free if you click on this video right here or under this video. But again, make sure to watch that video after you complete this one. Now, speaking of portfolios, this is where the next step starts to get important. Because once you have some work to show, you don't want to only chase the clients, you also want to attract them like a magnet. And to show you how this can happen, let me give you two examples. The first one is my student Muhammad. When we started working together, he was making $700 per month on Fiverr, editing 18 to 20 long-form videos. And in the first month of coaching him, he landed one single client for more than $1,500 per project That client alone pushed his income past $5,000 per month. And here is the crazy part, he didn't change anything about his editing style. The second example is an editor I recently talked to. Let's call him Mike. He knew advanced motion graphics and all the trending styles. He mastered both After Effects and Premiere Pro, and he's been editing for 7 years. So on paper, he was a better editor than Muhammad. But even with all that skill, he was still stuck under $500 per month working with nightmare clients. And he wasn't lazy, he's been working for most of the day. After having more than 200 flexing coaching calls with freelance video editors, I see this situation repeat almost every day. And while helping multiple editors scale past $5,000 per month, I discovered the cause of it. The main difference between people like Mike and Muhammad isn't skill, it's visibility. And in the case of Muhammad, that's the very first thing that we fixed. And getting visible isn't a skill itself, but is the proof amplifier. It's like being the best blacksmith on a Minecraft survival server. It doesn't matter that you can create the best weapons, but if you live on the top of the mountain and no one knows that you exist, no one will buy from you. It's the same with your clients. They don't hire the best editor, they hire the editor they can find and the one that they can trust. And the fastest way to gain trust is by growing a personal brand and documenting your work in public. If you already have a personal brand but you are still struggling with attracting high-paying customers, then you are going to love the next part. Because most editors in your spot don't have a visibility problem, they have a positioning problem. So here is exactly what I would do. I'd use Twitter since it doesn't punish you rich like YouTube when you make mistakes, and it's much easier to grow when you're at the beginning. And since we as humans evolve to see and trust faces, and your customers are approached every day by faceless editors, I would use a profile picture with my face or me at my laptop. Then I'd write a clear bio that says who I help and how. And in the banner I will have a simple offer with a call to action. After that I will start posting, but I wouldn't share only my edits. I would document my process and I would share behind the scenes and lessons from creating videos for my customers. I would also try to build real connections by talking with other editors and leaving comments. The goal with growing a personal brand isn't to go viral. The goal is to build proof that you know what you are doing and show to your customer that you understand him. And once people see that, they will start reaching out to you for work. But visibility, it's only one piece of the puzzle. It can help you get to $3,000 per month for sure. But if you want to take the things to the next level and make more than $5,000 per month while landing premium clients, the real danger here isn't the missing pieces, but putting the pieces together in the wrong way. This is exactly what happened to my student Mick. Before we worked together, he sent more than 6,000 cold DMs on Instagram and he only closed 2 low-ticket clients. He was stuck under $1,000 per month, overworked, stressed, and barely had any free time. He already had a personal brand, he was posting, and he was visible. And the problem wasn't his editing skill, his visibility, or the effort. It was how everything was positioned. His main mistake was trying to work with everyone, from fitness coaches to gaming creators and to business owners. The moment Mick fixed his positioning, everything changed. With the same skill but with a different approach, he sent 13 emails and scaled past $8,000 per month by getting 3 high-paying customers. And I went through the same transformation when I scaled to over $1,500 per project. That's when I realized that most editors are stuck not because they lack skill, but because the puzzle is assembled wrong. And positioning is the logic behind assembling it right. If you want to learn more about the strategy Mick and my other students apply to position their service in the best way possible and to consistently attract high-paying customers, then watch this video right here.